Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. It's time for our night talk. Finally, I got a night with no kids. I'm telling you, these dang on kids had me stressed. I'm not even gonna lie. I was stressed. And it wasn't good. I was stressed. So I imagine, look, I was stressed just having kids. I know Miss Grandon was stressed over there and she's still stressed, but she knows she's getting out soon. But I would be stressed in the jail. Honey, I was stressed. I was stressed. My husband was on vacation last week. So I decided, okay, since he's on vacation, let me kind of do a little something with him. But then we had kids all the dang on time. I'm like, God, dog. I ain't kept a young baby through the night in a very long time. So this is taking some getting used to. Because even though my grandkids the ages are 13, 12, and babies. I got 4 of them. I actually got six. Let's say 6. I have my stepdaughter, she has 2, and they're little how are they? 3 and 1 or 4 and 1? I think. Look, I'm bad. And then the oldest ones are 12, 13 and 12, and then a couple months old is the 2 babies. Out of all them, I ain't never had to do that much. I mean, my older grandkids, they were with me mostly during the day, but they never had to spend the night like that. Unless they, when they lived here, but not when, and when they lived here, I didn't watch them through the night. I made the mama do that. So this is taking some, to get used to. I don't know. I said, this is why God intended young people to have babies, not old folks. It took me all Sunday to recuperate. My husband, who's usually out and about, he's out there gone. He ain't going nowhere Sunday. And usually he's up on the phone you're to go to church. He on the phone at 7 o'clock in the morning, getting stuff ready for church and all that stuff you got to do. Not me. I'm the one I'm laying in bed to the last minute. If I'm getting up going to church, I'm laying in bed looking at what I think I can get into. Because, honey, I'm 20 pounds heavier than last year. So it's getting rough here. So, but anyways, we're going to get on to our night talks. So the things I had thought about, talk about, what's hot, what's popping in the news. We got some politics stuff. You got, Trump up there, or 47. Still doing what he do. And some reality TV stuff. And because if we all catch Love and Marriage Huntsville, I didn't watch it until, did I catch a little bit of it Saturday night? I don't think I caught a little bit of it Sunday night. I think I might have started watching it. Look, I'm on my phone trying to, I don't know why. I'm trying to change my little privacy things on Facebook, and for some reason it still has me I don't know, private over there. I don't know. So I can't share it. But anyways, so the thing that had us all gagged was the conversation between Martell and Maurice. So I did a little poll on TikTok, trying to figure out, am I tripping? Am I the only one who thought that the lawyer wasn't lawyering right? Seems like Martell was the victor in that conversation. It seems like I heard some other people talking about it on on YouTube, but it seems like Martell must have the goods on Maurice, because I don't understand why Maurice is even sitting there trying to play this game with Martell, a person who don't give a fuck. He ain't got shit to lose. And old boy says, sue me. You're an attorney, sue me. So I got a little bit of insight on that conversation. So, this all is going back to when Martell did the podcast, because he was getting back at Tisha for Tisha going on Carlos King's show and calling him down low, gay, allegedly playing with boys or whatever. So he said, okay, I'm going to bring your husband hoe out here. So that's what he did. And the hoe got up there and started telling her truth. And long and behold, Maurice get caught up in the crossfire. So he catches a stray. So, that conversation, Maurice was talking about his DUI that he actually, the case was thrown out, or he was the victor, or he won, or he was, I don't think it was found not guilty. I think that it was dismissed. That's what it was. It was dismissed. Also, he gave us that weird timeline about him and Kimmy leaving Black that night. Well, he also, and in between all of that, then he, him and Martell, they go back and forth about the events that happened in Las Vegas. Carlos King said these events happened before there was ever a show. So we're talking about shit that's probably more than 10 years old. Do we really care like that? Because Tisha and Kimmy is not going anywhere. And if I was Tisha, I wouldn't. Unless you had, it's coming from Martell. I don't know that lady, but evidently I feel like Tisha knows there's been something that went on in her marriage because of the way she kind of, how she's acting. She gets upset about it real. Because if you felt like it was not true, like, fuck them. People gonna say they talked about Jesus, so they'll talk about Marcel. Whatever. So that's that on that. So we know this happened a long time ago, before there was a Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. So we can get on with that. So, I'm kind of waiting for y'all to get in so we can get the cooking over here. Y'all been having a good week so far. This is Tuesday. And I'm so happy I ain't got no babies tonight. I don't know what to do. So tomorrow I will try to do a review of like the introduction and getting to know the cast members on Heart Hustle Houston. So I want to get that done and then catch us all the way up to episode 5. That is a very good reality show. I really like it. Okay. So let's get on to talking about what's going on and what's going on around here. Big news, big news, big news. The Grand Dame may be getting out on, what day is that? September the 2nd, they're saying. She should be getting out of jail. And I know, she's 62 years old. That had to be hard, because I cannot imagine, to get in that, I ain't that far from it now, but to get up in age and have to go to jail, But, sometimes if you don't want to suffer those consequences, you don't get caught up in those situations. And not only did she get caught up once, she got caught up twice. She got caught up 3 times. So we're going to remind you of what happened. We're going to go back and take a little trip down memory lane about the Grand Dame. So I sure hope that when she gets out, because I think they're still filming Potomac. I'm pretty sure, if we know now that production or whatever venue she's probably getting to get out, I hope they have the production team there. That would be something if they had a production team there. And we could see her get out. Claudia on she was with Carlos King tonight. She said she wanted to see her get out and run and jump in, raise arm like Whitney Houston did Bobby Brown. Now, we don't want Ray to get knocked down and break a hip or anything like that. But I would like for them to be there. I just wanted to see one jail picture of her. One jail picture, but you know, I'm glad she's getting out and the granddaughter, maybe she had a couple little maybe they might have, you know, backed some stuff up and maybe they were filming with Ray or something and her on a jail call. Because I think some of these jails, I think they have like video, like a Zoom like thing. I think that's what my little cousin got. I think they do something like that. He in prison. I think they can do things like that. So it would be interesting to see when she gets out. But so we'll go over here and we'll start out with the Grand Dame. This is the big news for us reality TV watchers or viewers here. So it says, Karen, this is from the Neighborhood Talk. It says Karen Huger reportedly getting out early after being locked up for DUI crash, allegedly, said to come home September the 2nd. Okay? It says, neighbors, it looks like the Grand Dame might be making her way back home sooner than expected. According to a report by the Jasmine Bread, 62-year-old Karen Huger is set to be released on September the 2nd after serving time for the DUI crash last year in Potomac, Maryland. Y'all remember Karen was behind the wheel of a white Maserati when she took out street signs, hit a tree, and slammed into the pole. Lord, this is like Maurice, ain't it? He hit an animal, hit a tree, and then a pole. So she hit a street sign, trees, and slammed into a pole. When they all coming back from the club or from drinking. It says body cam footage showed her slurring her words, cursing at cops, and clearly intoxicated. Back in February, she was sentenced to 2 years with 1 year suspended, hit with almost $3,000 in fines, and given 5 years of probation. Even though this isn't her first alcoholic-related traffic case, it's the first time it landed her in jail. Once she's out, Karen will be banned from driving for a year. So her license will be suspended for a year. So let's kind of go back and look at this here.
I'm shocked.
So she's.
Can I ask you where you're coming from tonight? Ma'am.
She said she was coming from a friend's house.
Okay. Which way were you driving on Oakland?
Where you have
You had
it?
to
Were you coming from Bradley?
You have it?
I'll take a look.
Yes.
You're coming from Bradley?
Oh, wait. Where you see it? Yes. Thank you.
You were driving on Bradley or from Bradley? Do you remember the accident?
Yes.
Okay. What happened?
Actually, nothing really. Breaking me.
Yeah, it's just that somebody ran you off the road.
They did.
Someone ran you off the road? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember that vehicle at all?
No.
No, you don't? Okay.
Wait.
You don't.
I didn't listen.
I understand. It's dark out here. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Let me ask you.
He's okay. He's still looking for the license.
No,
man.
Ray,
He's
we
still
don't
going.
need him to do anything.
Miss Karen had to get fed with the Saved by Poe Ray. They didn't woke Ray up in the middle of the night to come out there, come get his wife. He in a purse trying to find her license and all those things. And honey, we even see that the car even caught on fire. You know, because I remember that. I'm like, God, dog, I'm not going to go through this whole video. Then we're going to look at her in there in jail.
Just let that shit go. You must have smoked for 45 days. I wouldn't do it. I will rise up. I am who I am. So which one? Ask me. Can we? I don't give a fuck. Do you want that by people?
I'm not
Do
asking
you
you.
want that by people?
Karen, I'm not
No,
asking
I'm
you.
really rich, and
I
I will
don't- I
stay
don't-
in jail for a year or two. Because you just want that by
What?
poor white, black, green people. You want that by people?
It has nothing to do with any of that.
Yeah, it
All-
does. It has everything. So
it
what's
actually
your
has
point?
zero to do with that. I don't
So,
have to make
I'm
how
sorry.
this happens.
Alright, it's not you. I'm sorry. I'm extremely
Computer's
sorry.
gonna read you.
I am Thomas Jefferson's concubine.
The computer's
And
gonna
I-
kick
She said she's Thomas Jefferson concubine, honey. Karen was towed up from the flow up. She truly was. She was towed up from the flow up, slurring and everything. And I'm glad that she's getting out. Maybe she's learned her lesson. Thank God nobody was hurt. She just took out a sign, a tree, and a pole. But thank God she wasn't hurt. And this could be a life lesson for her. I think she can get out and probably do great. She's gonna have a hell of a storyline if she wants to talk about it. Anyway, so she's been locked up with let's see here, March, April, May, June, July, August. She's been locked up 6 months. So, I think it's suitable. I really, she didn't get a slap on the wrist. Plus, she got 5 years of probation. And then she can't drive for a year. So, honey, she's going to have to be Ubering around and everything. But yeah, remember a couple seasons back, and someone said, because I remember when Karen got drunk, when I believe it was when Monique was on, and they were at the cabin or something, or at one of Monique's properties or something. I can't remember. And how toe down Karen got then. And then I remember, I think Sharice had called Karen the drunk of Potomac. So now, the cat's out the bag. So we all know that Karen, she was at least toe down that day. So from that, we're talking about jail. We're going on to Lil Nas X. Now, I couldn't even jump out on the story when it was happening, but we know Lil Nas X got out on bail. I think his bail was $75,000. And hopefully, he can, be able to get out of this trouble here, But here we go here to Lil Nas.
Okay. She's gonna be all right. She's gonna be all right. Shit. That was fucking terrifying. That was terrifying. That was a terrifying last 4 days. But your girl is gonna be all right.
So he was there on no bond, I guess, and he had to wait until it was his turn. And Lil Nas X, oh, goodness, I'm glad he's out. And if he was having some kind of, because they were saying he possibly was having, maybe he had a drug overdose or something, allegedly. Whatever it was that he was on. I hope he doesn't get to do it again because, he's out there looking quite, I think at one point, let me look and see. I think they were saying he was naked, if I'm not mistaken. Look, the story didn't happen, and honey, let's see here.
Nah. Hey,
What
don't
up?
be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. Nah, go ahead, babe. Nah. Go ahead, babe. Nah. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down? Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that.
Sashay.
Hey, for everybody coming to the party. La. Yes, I am serving you. I am serving you. And you better be at that party tonight. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. get my good side. Ha, ha, ha. Every side. Ha. Boom, boom. Yes. Ha. Boom, cat, chow. Ha. Boom, boom. Ha. Pow. Two. Ooh. Sean Bankhead.
Well, so I don't know, honey. It just whatever. If there was an issue, I hope and pray that he don't do it again. You know, whatever. You know that. I'm just gonna just shut up. I don't know. Oh, I don't know, but yes. Hopefully, you know, everything wore off, and I'm hoping that he can, you know, get around this and come out where he's not getting, you know, facing a lot of trouble. So as we talk about trouble, y'all remember this couple here, right? Well, you know, it's out there. The lady was trying to cry, couldn't cry. I said, this didn't look right in the first place. I mean, she said she was bending over, not really bending over, but, you know, changing the baby's pamper, I guess, while he was laid down or whatever. Somebody hit her, punched her, and stole her baby. Well, here we go. This is from the Neighborhood Talk. It says, we finally have an update in the case of missing 7-month-old Emmanuel Horo. According to ABC 7 Los Angeles, the parents of the child has been arrested. For the last few days, authorities in Ucapia, I don't even know how to pronounce it, for however it is, California, have been on a search for a baby, Emmanuel, after his mother, Rebecca Horo, claimed that the infant was snatched right from under her after she was attacked in the store parking lot. His father, Jake Haro, is that pronounced? I think Haro, has also been pleading with the public to help find his missing baby. But you know, when they were pleading, they kept saying was. So if your baby was taken, you don't just say was or talking about your child in past tense. That's what I picked up on. But you know, here we go. It says initially the police said they couldn't not rule out foul play because there were a lot of inconsistencies in Rebecca's story about what happened. Then the parents reportedly stopped cooperating with the investigation and decided to lawyer up. Now, a week into the investigation, both Jake and Rebecca have been arrested. Their charges have not been revealed yet, but footage of their arrest has gone viral on TikTok. There are also no updates on the baby Emmanuel's whereabouts at the time. Okay, so let's see if we can see the arrest.
I fell on the floor, and I said as I got up, I couldn't find my son.
A 7-month-old baby boy was reportedly kidnapped right out of this Big Five parking lot. This is 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, one of 5 children in this family from Cabazon, reportedly kidnapped last night in Yucaipa. Now, his mom told me that they were here last night at a nearby football stadium in Yucaipa with the other kids playing youth football, and she had to run down here to Big Five to buy some equipment for her stepson, specifically a mouth guard. When she got here to the parking lot, she says that's when she noticed her 7-month-old's diaper needed to be changed. So she says she got out of her truck, went around to the back, and laid him down on the seat to change his diaper when she was attacked from behind.
I got him out of the car seat, and I laid him down so I could get his diaper.
That just seems so fake. The way she's, I mean, She's not a good actress. It does not.
And I saw white and a hearing sound. I fell on the floor, and I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked around my truck, and I ran into Big Five, and I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said no. It was a happy boy. He smiled.
Whoever took our son, please give him back.
Now, I wonder if Big Five had cameras out there. Could that be the reason why they got arrested? Because if they had cameras out there, that would tell the story. At least they would have seen some kind of footage of somebody trying to, at least if they couldn't make out the people, the images, they could see someone, basically running from the vehicle, snatching a baby, maybe her screaming or whatever. Who knows? So, so from that, we got the jail stuff, and we talked about the missing baby, a little bit of reality TV news. And then we had this lady on here, Lord have mercy. She is supposed to be accusing Simon Gabadia, Portia's ex-husband, the Nigerian scammer. I don't know. Did he scam her? But listen to this and tell me what y'all think.
Simon Gabadia is not who y'all think he is. He is far from a decent person. I know. But looks can be deceiving. He is not at all, ladies. And though everyone is flawed, I get that. He is not even close to what you think that he is. Even if he gets to the point he's going to ask you to, I got a different account. I like to video you so I can look at you in person. When he asks to FaceTime, video, whatever, from Instagram, it does not matter what it is. He is not who you think he is. Even when he looks you in your face, he's going to ask you, am I being recorded? Please make sure I'm not being recorded. Whole time, no, I ain't recording you. I ain't got nothing up on you, but these cameras in my house recording you. Period, Pooh. Moving on. Let me tell y'all, he's going to use talking about the kids, being his concern. Yeah, he appears to be this wonderful, great father. Not taking it from him, but let me tell you what he used. Let me tell you about him. Ooh, he on some narcissist shit on a whole other level. He's a scammer on a whole other level.
Okay, I can't take no more of this. But anyways, so this is on site. He said a woman comes forward accusing Simon Gabadia of allegedly running a credit card scam while pretending to help her. She says he paid for 3 of her credit cards with a bank account that actually belonged to another woman. According to her, Simon FaceTimed her daily to gain trust, asked her for account access, and claimed he was moving money to dodge legal issues with Portia's attorney. Lady, why would you give this man, come on, okay, whatever, to dodge legal issues with Portia's attorney? She added that he often painted his ex as greedy and bragged about having accounts in other countries. It states that it states under other people's names. So would he need your account for? Because I feel like you just can't be that dumb. I just could not. Because if you're paying why would I? Seems like what she said, she's only FaceTimed him. Because, I ain't listened to this whole thing. How do we know you even saw Simon Gabadia? It could have been somebody else posing as him. Girl, if he only FaceTimed you, this man's supposed to be rich. Why are you not meeting him in person? I don't know. What they say? Lady, I think she's clout chasing. What they say? Clout chasing. That's what I think. I may be wrong, but that's what I think. So I don't know, but that's this lady's spill on Simon Gabadia. I mean, have we heard this from anybody else? And why would he need to take her credit cards? I don't know. This just seems a little bit far-fetched because if he's doing this, Portia ain't never getting any money. Now, it seems like he would have to have an awful lot of credit cards to afford that $7 million home and all these other things. I don't know. I'm not saying he can get his money scamming, but this credit card thing, I don't believe that's it. But I think she might have got scammed by somebody else and thought it was Simon Gabadia. But I don't know. I kind of call bullshit on that one. Let me see what they're saying in the comments, honey. Because you kind of get a good read from that. Let's see if I can even see the comments. Well, I guess I can't. Don't look like I can. Well, I'm just going to get out of here. So that's that on that. So, yeah, that's that on that. So we're going on to our girl Cardi B. And Cardi B is being sued by it's a civil suit, but she's being sued by her security guard. Okay? So we'll share this tab here. Let me go down here. It says, the Grammy Award winning rapper Cardi B has took to the witness stand in a civil suit trial in an Alhambra courtroom on Tuesday. The rapper, whose name is Belcalis, Almanzar, whatever. Balcalis, ain't it? Balcalis, Almanzar, Amazar, something like that, is being sued by her security guard who claims that the rapper assaulted her outside of a Beverly Hills medical office in 2018. Cardi B defense claims there was no physical altercation, just a verbal altercation. Maybe when she was talking, she actually kind of spit on her. Tuesday was day two of the trial surrounding the civil suit. How are you today, Cardi? A reporter asked the rapper as she arrived. She said, I'm okay. It says, do you look at this case as a shakedown for money? A reporter asked. Absolutely, she replied. Cardi B claims that the security guard used her cell phone to record her heading into a medical building in Beverly Hills, which sparked the confrontation in which Cardi B claims the security guard was the aggressor, not her. Oh, she used a cell phone to record her. I'm sorry. Was she recording you without your knowledge? A reporter asked. Yes, and nobody touched each other, she replied. Cardi B claims the security guard recorded her entering a medical building without her consent, and if there was any confrontation, there was no assault. Eyewitness News briefly talked to the rapper. Just one moment here. My phone ringing. Oh, Lord. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. My husband, he works nights, so. So it says, Eyewitness News briefly talked to the rapper on Monday, and she appeared confident headed into court. I feel good and very confident, very optimistic, she said. Cardi B argues that the security guard, Imani Ellis, was the aggressor, alleging that Ellis was trying to record her entering her OBGYN office while she was visibly pregnant with her first child. It was a pregnancy that at the time was not known to the public. Oh, so she's going to send the footage to TMZ herself? In her lawsuit filed in 2020, the Los Angeles-based security guard alleges that Cardi B violently attacked her at the Beverly Hills Medical Building, striking her on her head, face, body, spitting on her, shouting racial slurs. She claimed the rapper's long fingernails caused cuts on her face, requiring plastic surgery. Well, Lord. The whole incident was super traumatizing for me. She did a lot that day, Ellis said on the stand on day one of the trial. While on the witness stand on Tuesday, Cardi B was asked to show the courtroom her fingernails. How long are those fingernails? Half an inch? Half an inch? 1 inch, 2 inches? She was asked. I think it has to be less than an inch, she replied. Girl, I had the motherfuckers cut off. Are they pointy? She was asked. To me, they are not pointy. They are like circle, she said, feeling her nails. Oh, Lord. On the witness stand, the rapper said on the day of the alleged incident, the security guard was clearly the aggressor. You are recording me. Now you're following me. Like, back up. And she's like, I can do what I want. It's like, it's like, no, you can't. You can't do what you want. And that's when we started arguing, Cardi said. During the cross-examination on Monday, the defense poked holes into Ellis' testimony, pointing out what it says were inconsistencies in Ellis' account. Cardi B is accused of assault and battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligence, and false imprisonment. This girl was doing all this and she was pregnant. As this is a civil case, Ellis is seeking monetary damages. Girl. Let's see if we can. I thought I saw her picture, but whatever. How far was she supposed to be in or something along? She was doing all this damage. A pregnant woman. When did Tasha K start saying all the things she was saying about Cardi B? Is that where Tasha K got her information? I'm just wondering. So that's it on that. Let me get out of that thing there. And we'll go back over here. So let's go here to the beef with, Lord have mercy, Rashida and Yandy. And they're back and forth. Let's start out with this one. Let me go to it if I can find it. Because, I just be going here. Here we go. Well, is that where it started? Well, anyways, Yandy and Rashida's into it, right? So
Spice did her
off of Love Hip Hop Atlanta. So Rashida has said that Yandy breath smells and her butt or body smell like the BBL, you know, got the BBL smell. So here Yandy reposted it. She said Rashida's being accused of smelling like an earring bag after really? After Rashida accuses her of having funky breath and a BBL smell. Here we go.
Thing, but me and my hubby are gonna exit stage left because the last thing I want to do is run into Yandy. I don't want to be around no funky breath and no funky ass cheeks slapping together, smelling like BBL smell. Spice did her.
So it says what it says. Somebody go tell Rashida she has been smelling like earring backs, and you not. Oh Lord, I can't even. This is small print. Let me just make it big. Okay. Earring back. You not low, sis. We smell it. Wait a minute. We smell it, Bookie. You not low? I don't know what that means. You know, not. You know, low. You not low, sis. We smell it, Bookie. I don't know, but I would imagine funky breath and BBL smell is worse than the earring bag. So I don't know. So they go from there to Rashida and her still going back and forth. I don't watch the show, right? So Rashida says that Yandy cheated on Mendeecees, and here goes here we go. Yandy saying that Rashida and Kirk.
Did you see the Ross at the concert the other night?
Relationship with his baby mama that he made on her. So here we go.
Spice was trying to set up for us to talk, but they never.
Oh, really? Were you gonna talk to them?
Yeah, I keep trying to talk to them.
You do?
All I want is for her, all the things that you've been saying, just say it to my face. I play nice, and I really am a nice person.
I know,
but don't think for 1 second I'm a punk. So I spoke to Jasmine over the phone, and she told me everything. When Rashida would talk about Jasmine last year, saying, this has caused me so much pain. This woman has done this. Do you understand that all was a lie?
They cool now.
Not now. They've been cool.
What you mean they've been cool?
All of it was an act.
Huh?
All of it was an act. Her and Jasmine have been talking. They've been cool. They've been going on vacations together. They just left the Bahamas
Rashida
together.
and Jasmine. They didn't post that.
They didn't post that. Because you know what? Because this is the thing. She feels like it's such a better look if I act like I got a problem with her.
Why?
If I
think it's a better look.
We don't care. No. Because it's the content of the relationship.
Huh?
Again.
Wait a minute now.
Again.
Wait, are you trying to tell me that they in a relationship,
Listen
all
to
of
me.
them?
Just watch how this year plays out.
You think they're going to be together?
Kirk knows the things that he shared with Mendeecees in private.
Can you tell me? No? Wait a minute. So you is telling me that Polly want a private? No, listen, this is too much for me. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know. Blink twice if they're in a poly relationship.
She blinks awful slow. Well, if they are in a poly relationship, so what? But everybody gotta get their digs in. This is reality TV, so I guess she felt like she was cooking with that one. So who knows? So I don't know. So that's why she's not leaving Kirk, because they're all in it together. So as we go through that stuff, I got some stupid stuff from number 47. And 47, he is talking about, I done jumped all the way from reality TV to politics. So here we go.
Because
first of all, I cannot stand his voice. So this is what he wants to do. He says, basically, if you, I guess, are found guilty of murder in Washington, D.C., despite the capital punishment being formally repealed, he wants them to have the death penalty. And I would say, okay, yes, if you're found guilty of murder, okay. Because, you know, murder, it has to have like certain credentials to it versus like manslaughter or whatever. But you know how the law works for us. And that's the difference here, you know, because, you still have to be able to go through, you know, to go through all your appeals and everything. But, you know, could it be that someone's trying to take me out and, you know, I end up taking them out first? And would I be tried and get convicted of that? Because, you know, it only depends, you know. They're doing all kind of stuff that's different here in Washington, D.C. Right now, I even seen a post that, oh God, what's his name? The attorney Clump, the one that was with the Lord, what is his name? George Floyd, and I believe Trayvon Martin case. And he talked about, or he had posted about, an attorney just walking down the street. And he is, a corporate attorney walking down the street, and he was just profiled and detained. So I'm not sure how that murder thing would go, you know, and that's, you know, that would raise his eyes and eyebrows to that notion that that's what he wants to do. And he's really trying to really take over the city. Because, you know, I feel like if he's able to accomplish that, he's going to start messing with a whole bunch of blue states, I really feel like. Or blue cities with black mayors. Because he already said he wanted to take over Chicago. You know, he wanted to bring the National Guard in there. It is one thing to police, but it's another thing to harass. And I think the people he sent in and the different agencies, they're harassing those people of Washington, D.C. So, you know, that's my thoughts on, you know, Trump and all this bullshit that he's doing. Because, yeah, here goes. I'll let you guys see it.
As an officer of the D.C. Bar, that these officers are violating my civil rights under federal law, and I will be pressing charges on everyone who has physically touched me tonight, who has applied pressure to me in ways that I will not forget anytime soon. This is tragic. In a country where black men are being killed by people that look just like this, I was sneered at, I was ignored, and I was not told why I was being detained.
What are the names of the two officers holding you right now?
This officer at Costello, he has his name blocked off. I do not know what it is, and I don't want to touch him for fear of my life. This is an FBI agent who I do not know.
Aren't they only allowed to hold you for 10 minutes without charging you?
They are trying to manufacture evidence. I do not have a magazine in my weapon because my magazine is in the trunk of my vehicle, which they would have known if they would have asked me. They did not ask me. My magazine is in the trunk.
To the American people watching, this is what calling out a failed system looks like. Again, I was walking peacefully down this block, and I was accosted by 20, no less than 20 MPD, FBI, ATF agents and officers. I am not crazy. I am totally sane. I have complied with all of these officers' requests, and 30 minutes after being detained, I remain detained and not created able to go. I do not know what charges. I do not know why I'm being detained. I was given no information. No officers are offering me any type of credence, no type of respite, nothing. simply stand here, you nigger, and be handcuffed while we wait to find magazines that do not exist, or we will find one for you. I assume that is the case.
So, I mean, this man is walking down the street and being harassed by the cops. So it is seeming like we're going back into Jim Crow. Stop and frisk, tell us what you're doing around here, especially if they feel like you're in an area you don't need to be in. They're profiling people based on race, all of the things. So, you know, like I say, if they can get away with stuff there, they will try other cities. That they will try. So I don't want to end on this. No, I want to find something funny for us to laugh about. Because I should have started with this stuff first and then worked our way up to messy stuff. But yeah, this is what's going on. What else we got here? Oh, our good sis got her doctrines. I think it's some kind of, you know, ceremony type thing, you know, that the different, same thing like Melody got. So here you go. So thank you. It says, well, she's got an honorary doctor of philosophy and humanitarianism. So from what college here? From the Christian Bible University. Okay, Leaders Esteem Christian Bible University. Okay, so that's our good sister Cynthia or 50 Cent. There you go, from the Bible College. So go ahead, girl. She got her honorary doctorate, honey. And oh goodness, what else is going on in the news? I'm trying to get all the stuff I was thinking about. I'm pretty sure. Also, well, we did it. We'll talk about this a little bit. I didn't get a chance to talk about it. But the autopsy report, I'm giving my little 2 cents on the T. Hood unaliving. I do believe, and like I did say earlier, that this was possibly, definitely going to be treated as a self-defense, and probably based on, I'm pretty sure if they had footage from months back about him beating up his girlfriend in the home, beating her up while she's, you know, was sleeping. I'm pretty sure there was camera footage outside. I bet you so. And from what I understood, I believe one of the neighbors is the one who called. So I don't know if the shooting happened inside or outside. I don't know. But I feel like Kai, I know this probably affected his life, but he probably felt like it was going to either be me or him. And he probably, once he let go, you know, pulled back on it, honey, he wasn't going to let go till he knew that threat was gone. And T. Hood did have a weapon on him. So it is what it is. You know, kind of if you live by the sword, you kind of die by the sword. He had pulled a gun on, what is her name, Kay, earlier. What her name? I forgot what her name is. Kelsey. You know, earlier, her and her friends at the club. You know, it just seemed like, and I don't, this relationship had to probably really bother her father. Because from all the, you know, all purposes, it seemed like this guy don't even have money. One time she called the police on him because he took her car. I mean, he might have a little fame around, you know, his city, but they were not in the same place. I don't know. This is sad. I hate that it happened this way, but you know, you can't go around pulling out weapons on people and don't think that You know, people don't take that too lightly. So, and evidently Kai was strapped. So, you know, it showed that, you know, if the way they were investigating it, they knew, the investigators knew what this autopsy report was going to say. So this is not changing their mind. This is how they knew it was, that he was shot in the back, thigh, buttocks, and abdomen. So, like I said, it was sad all the way around, but he has to be more careful. And also, I think that's all I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take my butt on the bed because I feel my energy just coming down. And next time I'll try to get down here earlier. But like tomorrow, I think I got it scheduled for 6:30. Heart Hustle, Houston. I'll be going over that. And then I think I'll be caught up on everything. And I'll be trying to do these lives intermittently. I don't know. Hopefully I can get to the point where I can do it maybe daily, but you know, at least the you know, come and do a live for about an hour on, you know, the different hot topics. So when you come in, if you're part of the replay crew, please come in, like, share, and subscribe. And so I can get back into the algorithm because, honey, me taking all the time off, I'm not in the algorithm like this. I need to learn how to go live on TikTok because it seems like one little stuff on TikTok is be popping off over there and I ain't even trying. And here I'm trying over here on YouTube and Mr. YouTube, come on, put me back in the algorithm. So, but anyways, you guys have a blessed evening. I'm going to bid you all a good night. And I hope and pray that everybody has a great, what's tomorrow? Wednesday, a great hump day. As we get closer to Friday, and we'll have a 3-day weekend. Labor Day, thank you, Jesus, honey. Labor Day, I can't wait to Friday at about 4:30, and I'll be finished with work. So you guys have a great evening, and I'll talk to you later. Good night.